Hello, in case anybody's here. Oh. Oh my gosh, I have acid reflux this morning. Bad. It's already really hot, humid, horrible this morning. Hey, Jim, how are you? It's disgusting outside. It's like hot, humid. Yesterday was awful too. We were reading about weather. I guess, yesterday, Canada had a record high in British Columbia, Canada, of 115 degrees. I guess their previous high in Canada was 113. Hi, Pixie Dust. Hey, vegan. And either yesterday or the day before, maybe it wasn't yesterday, but it was one of those, I think over the weekend, it was 115 degrees. And that is way too hot for me. Way too hot. Hey, tacos. Oh, gosh, here we go again. This stupid YouTube. I don't know why it does that. Grr. So how are you guys today? Hey, Remy, are you still in the hospital? What's going on with you, Remy? I heard you've been in the hospital for... Yeah, it was 115 degrees, and that's like the highest recorded, it's the highest recorded temperature in British Columbia and Canada ever. The previous record high was 113 degrees. Like, just a little tidbit of information. I'm a mess. God, I don't care. I really don't care. They can make video after video after video about me. I don't give a shit. Whatever. It is what it is. It was hotter in Canada than Dubai. Really? I didn't know that. Hey, Gemma. How you doing, babe? Yeah, so it was 115 degrees. I think it was over the weekend, though. It might have been Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure. But it was like they're high. I look marvelous. I didn't think I looked marvelous. I think I look like crap, but that's okay. That's okay. It's either look at me, look at my ugliness, or look at an avatar. So it is what it is. I wonder what the heat will be like in July, August. I know. It's just now like summertime, right? My stomach, I was extremely... Now I want to go home. I feel worse here than at home. How long have you been in there? Who's taking care of your son? Or that's none of my business, but just wondering. Just wondering. Oh my goodness. So yeah, they had a hot temperature. They're still, I guess, still looking for bodies in the rubble in Florida. So send out prayers to those people. They put up a memorial for the missing. It doesn't look good, though. It really doesn't. It doesn't look good. I think it's more of a recovery now than a rescue. Come on, look, we have to be realistic. It's been 5 days. After 5 days, what's the chances they're going to find anybody? Yesterday, my coworker put her resignation in and asked her last day be the same as mine, and they came out and let her go before noon. I'm pissed. Listen to this, tacos. Remember a couple months ago when I told you they changed my my therapist on me? Last therapy appointment, I just found out last week. Well, yeah, last week. I just found out they're changing my therapists again. He's found another job. So now I got to start from ground zero for the third time in less than 6 months. I am so, I'm ready to say no more therapists. I'll just go to the doctor and get like meds, because what's the point? You get used to a therapist and then it's like they take your therapist away from you and give you someone else. Maybe I'll just talk to my girls and just let that be my therapy. Hi, Jamil. Sorry, Jamil. And thank you, Jamie. I did see that you shared out my stream. Appreciate that. I can't wait to sleep in a normal bed. Yeah, I was in the and trust me, I was in the hospital for a month. It was no fun. It was hey, Gingerlocks. It was terrible. 1 month. And that was all I could take. I literally begged my doctor to give me the go ahead to go home. Oh God, I look awful. But I don't care. Screenshot it, make fun of me. I don't care. What was I saying? Ugh, lost my train of thought. That's what happens when you get old. I can't remember what I was going to say. You're all my therapy. I know. Well, it feels good when you get like your stuff out that you need to get out, and you have like a sounding board. It does do you good. Hey, Gingerlocks. They can stick it as squad. Stick it. Oh, they could stick it screenshot. Yeah, exactly. That's all they have. Tacos. I am so pissed that they changed my therapist again. I am so pissed about that. And now I got this acid reflux like you would not like. I'm telling you, my chest is burning. It's like it's oh, well, you know what? They have their ways of getting you at your worst angle and then, putting it up, and it is what it is. But then whining and bitching and moaning when someone does it to them. So it is what it is. Hey, at least I came out. So, but yeah, I was like pissed when I found out they were changing my therapist. I'm going to say that to my doctor too, because I'm going to have another doctor's appointment before I have another therapist appointment. I'm going to say, look, what's the point? You guys have changed my therapist 3 different times in the last 6 months. So what's the point of me keep going to another therapist, having to tell my whole story over and over again? And then, like have to go through this all the time. Like, it's ridiculous. Yesterday, I rang my doctor's office and they said I was no longer a patient there because apparently I missed a checkup appointment and I'm having to re-register to be a patient again. Oh, God. Well, I had to do that, but only because I had stopped going for a year. So that was my fault. when you stop going after a year. And like I had completely stopped taking my medication. I thought I was okay, found out that I wasn't, had to go back, and they have to redo all your medication. They have to take blood tests. They have to do all that. So that was my fault, though. That is why I didn't tell them the real reason I'm leaving, is because they would have treated me like that too. They drained a good 2 liters of fluid from my abdomen. Ugh. Write down your story and make copies to hand it to them all. No, because they do the 1 to 10, you know. Have you ever thought of, do you have suicidal thoughts? 1 to 10. Do you have this? 1 to 10. Do you get, it goes through the whole thing. And it's usually like, your first appointment with your therapist is about an hour long, and they have to write everything down. Even though they have all their notes, they have to write down everything now. And then you have to get to know them. You know, you have to get to know the person. So it's hard. It's hard. And I've had to do this now. I've gone from a woman to a male therapist. Now, God knows what I'm going to, because I said, like, she had found me him because she figured he would be my best. He would be the best one for me. Hey, Shaz. He would be the best one for me. Well, come to find out, I guess he wasn't, because now he's gone. I wonder if he's gone because of me. I'm starting to get a complex about that. Samara, the receptionist was awful. She was like, well, it's your fault for not turning up. And I said to her, well, I'm not being rude. The surgery is still not open, so how could I see anybody? Yeah, exactly. My son has not seen his therapist in over a year because of COVID. His appointments have been, yeah, well, mine have been too. They've been remote, but even they're counted as appointments, you know. You still get to talk to them. Ours, you know, is face to face. I'm so happy this morning. I feel like the good old days for me, being able to watch Carla and be in the chat. Oh, no worries, honey. I understand when you can't be here. You've got a lot on your plate. Oh my gosh. They definitely do not have compassionate bedside manner in regards to treating their patients humanely. Excuse me. I have acid reflux. It's horrible. I feel like belching so bad because that's how bad it's feeling right now. That's the only thing that makes it feel any better. Like I'm thinking of getting a Pepsi out of there, because if I burp, I'll just like belch, because that's the only thing that makes me feel any better. Oh, I hate Tums. Tums makes me want to throw up. I just hate it. I'd rather have like something like Pepsi or Coke or something, and just suck it back, and it makes me burp. Oh, but my chest is like burning. I remember I was up with Cindy one night, and she had it really bad, and I was trying to give her everything that I usually take Alka-Seltzer. That's usually what helps me. But you would not want to hear me ask misbehaving. You would not want to hear me belch after that. I belch like a man, believe me. I keep ginger ale in the house for heartburn. I have ginger ale, but I don't like the taste of it unless I'm really sick. Like if I'm sick to my stomach, I'll drink ginger ale. But other than that, I'd rather drink Pepsi. Oh, no, I should. Carl, much worse happens around these streets. Oh, true. But I'm sure that would be like recorded, and it would be put on some live with me burping. Oh, yeah, a lot worse happens on these streets. There's people that are gross. that say that they're not and use every excuse in the book. Hello. Hey, universe. I was going to say universal, but it's univeral. Univeral. Carla does burp. I do. I can burp like a man. I'm not going to deny it. I know. And it makes you feel good, but only like if you have acid reflux, if anybody knows, if you have acid reflux, it only, once you burp, it only makes you feel good for a minute. A hiatal hernia. I don't even know what that is. I hate hearing people burp, fart, and purge. Oh, I never fart. I'm a lady. Hey, .com. Listen to me, .com. You deleted your video, and I was watching it last night. I was watching it in the middle of the night, but thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I wanted to comment on it, and I couldn't. Because when I got up this morning, finally, I couldn't, it was already pulled from the uploader. So I wish you would repost it. I never fart either. It's panty whispers. Panty whispers. We don't fart. We toot. It's a toot. I presented a language, vocabulary, pronunciation, spelling seminar with scoring and interpretation, maybe uploading a new copy of the curriculum. Okay. Okay. Is it the same one that was on last night? I'm amazed at what I can stomach these days. Yeah, exactly, misbehaving. Sometimes. Consult your doctor for a better diet. Well, I know I should avoid Pepsi, but I haven't had it. Like, I haven't had acid reflux in a while. Like, I've been actually been really good. But now I'm like wondering. I don't know what a hiatal hernia is. It is where the stomach is pushing up through the diaphragm. Hey, Ams. Maybe that's what I have. I don't know. I know I get acid reflux a lot, which I don't like. I do not appreciate. Hey, Ams. Scoring and assignments for those interested. Oh, okay. I'm interested. Me. So yeah, but I woke up with it. That's a weird thing. It's like I didn't go to bed with it last night, but I woke up with it this morning. And it's like, hey, Jenna, got out of work early on this hot day. Oh, you want to come up? Want to come up and chit-chat and chitty-chat? Or chitty-chat, chat, bang, bang? Yeah, only 15 minutes early. I will take that. Exactly. Yep. 15 minutes, better than nothing. I'm not going to be on long today. Probably half an hour, something like that. My tummy's not feeling good. Hey, Val. Reflux untreated can cause damage like ulcers, etc. You can get... Okay, I'm trying to pronounce this word, no problem. Omeprazole over the counter. Just take one a day. You swallow it, not chew. When you lay down, it's worse. Exactly. I actually have to write that down. Omeprazole. Do they have AC? I hope so. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. No, it's just like today, this morning, I got up with it. Woke up with a really bad headache. Hi, Carlos. Carlos, I've been trying to stay out of your chats, and certain people are like pissed off that I'm going in there. So I'm trying to like not irritate certain people that told you to take the wrench because I was in there. And I know that's why. So, but it's okay. I'll watch you silently. I will support you that way. And I will always give you a thumbs up, Carlos, because you're a pretty neat guy. And you always come in here. So, but I know somebody demanded you take their wrench because I was in there. So, omeprazole is a generic Prilosec. I take it every day. Okay, pixie dust. I should write that down. See, as soon as I burp, it feels better, but yeah, you can get it at any drugstore or have hubby pick it up. Write it down. Trust me, you will have less belly aches. Hang on, let me write it down. Why is it I can never find paper when I want it? Okay, where is it? Well, wait. I have to find it. Okay, here it is. Okay, here we go. OMPRAZOLE. Okay, there we go. Or maybe I'll go to Walmart and see if I can find some. If it's over the counter medication, then I'll be able to get it myself. Most mild conditions can be reversed with a change of lifestyle, diet, and exercise. Yeah, my diet's not too good. I have to golf at noon, and it says the real feel will be 100 degrees when I play tomorrow at 5, but hopefully it'll be cooler. I was saying right when I came live today that Canada had their all-time record high yesterday in British Columbia. It was 115 degrees, and their previous high, not yesterday, but I think it was on the weekend, but their previous all-time record high in Canada was, and they're more north than us, was 113 degrees. So it was pretty freaking hot, let me tell you. So you have to try changing your diet and introduce regular exercise before resorting to medication. Yeah, my husband's really good at exercising. I wish we still golfed. I really liked golfing. It was like we could do something we could do together. We weren't good at it. I mean, we weren't good like Em says, but we did enjoy doing it. Going to be humid today again with storms here again. Yeah, that's the thing is when it gets really hot. And my left hand is pure white from my golf glove. Oh my gosh. That is funny. Hey, Irish gal, be wary of some of those reflex drugs. I think I can't pronounce that. Omeprazole is a protein inhibitor. Whatever its name is, it's been linked to cancer. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my gosh. You guys are trying to kill me. You're trying to kill me. Oh my gosh. Well, for now, you need the relief. You stop the acid reflux from damaging your tongue. Yeah, it's like burning. It's like I have a fire in here, and I mean, seriously, like the only thing that relieves it is like drinking something like carbonated, like, and what I'm going to get right now is like a Pepsi. Because seriously, if I don't, and if I burp, I promise I will mute. I promise I will mute. Prilosec is good, but when I need instant relief, I drink a little bit of Carafate. I asked my doctor to write a script for, and it was expensive as hell, but it's the only thing that works. My mother-in-law, your mother-in-law, what? My mother-in-law was taken off one of those acid reflux drugs. No end to paper here. Maybe get your better half, make you a roll of paper roll with writing board and hacksaw blade and tear off as I use my boy. Everybody should get a bidet. That's like my stepdaughter and my stepson. You know, when there was like all the scare about the toilet paper shortage and there was going to be a toilet paper shortage, they both went out and bought a bidet. So they wouldn't have to worry, because they both, one has 3 kids, the other had 3 kids too. Now they've got 4, but they were scared that they would run out of toilet paper, not being able to find it. So they bought a bidet, both of them. Never tried to use it, but, well, I did once. It was weird. It was just like a thing of water spraying at your butt. Hey, Ale. It was cold. It was very, very cold. I heard baking soda helps too. Well, I've been using, like when it gets really bad, I've been using Alka-Seltzer. I mean, it tastes like crap. It does. It tastes like fizzy water. That's it. But yeah. How did they dry their bum? I think they just used like one random one. I don't know. Maybe with a cloth? I don't know. I don't know how they did it. I maybe with a wet wipe, or I don't know. I don't know how they did it. I tried it once and it felt weird to me. It just felt weird. No, I think they did use toilet paper to dry, but they didn't have to use as much to, you know what I mean, like clean. So they'd use like the toilet paper to wipe themselves dry, but they didn't need to. Look at this. Like I have like black, never. Air dry. Exactly. Stick your butt up in the air, get the blow dryer out and blow dry your butt. Oh my gosh. That's funny. That's funny. Just get the medicine, silly. Be proactive. Don't eat acidic foods. Exactly. And I'm trying to think of what yeah, I could have. I think, I think it was. My husband went out and bought some barbecue sauce because I made ribs, and he bought some barbecue sauce, and one was called the Reaper, which I wasn't going to try because I knew it was going to be hot, and the other one was called pineapple. So I took a spoonful of the pineapple, and it was hot. Let me tell you, it was really, 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 really hot. Like it burnt me. And I think from that little taste I had of it, I think that's what gave me this heartburn. I'm not sure. I mean, I could be wrong, but I was almost ready to burp. Trust me, that wouldn't have been pretty. I don't know how the kids use them because they got a 5-year-old. Now, how the heck does a 5-year-old know how to use a bidet? 3 years of stomach trouble, don't like to take a lot of meds, don't like chemicals in my body. Google home remedies, lots of good ones work too. Ginger, apple cider vinegar, spearmint, lots of good help. Mine is just the heartburn. The heartburn is horrible. I almost did, Samara. I really almost did, but I don't think you guys want to hear me burp because it's pretty gross. It's like a loud burp. You guys remember Republican Ash when she would burp? That's how my burps come out. I got a bruise over here. Oh well. When you feel the burning, it is the acid causing damage. I have actually had it so bad that it's woken me out of a sleep. I'm not feeling my best today anyways, because I woke up with like a really bad headache this morning. So I took some ibuprofen and I feel a little better now, but I just started getting this acid reflux. I never burp unless I drink fizzy drinks really fast. That's why I got this, because it makes me feel better when I feel like that. If I have that good belch, it makes me feel a little better. Isn't burping a compliment? You would think so. Like if you burp after a meal, doesn't that mean you enjoyed the meal? Ginger ale, peppermint, try them, won't hurt. Yeah, I will, Callie. I definitely will. That's a natural. Ibuprofen causes ulcers. Oh my gosh. I'm doing everything wrong, apparently. I'm going to go there today, I think. Maybe your angels are on holiday. They might be. You know, all this burping talk makes me want to burp. And yet I slept really good last night. I'm thinking it's that barbecue sauce that I tasted that was really, 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 I mean, super hot. Like it burnt going all the way down. Like that, you know how when you can almost feel it in your ears? That's how hot it was. That's where I felt it. Isn't that an NSAID? Think my ulcer was caused. I got a burp, guys. I burped loud. God. Oh, that was bad. But I was like polite enough not to let you hear. Ugh. It's horrible. No. We have pretty good medical insurance. Did you really? Seriously, did you? Oh, okay. Because I thought I muted it. I got to have knee surgery, only taking Tylenol and infrequently. I usually take Tylenol, but I couldn't find my Tylenol this morning. So I took ibuprofen because it was that or suffer with a headache. And I didn't want to have a headache. So, yeah. So it was... I'm trying to look at my chat. Yeah, I am going to go to my doctor's. Actually, I'm overdue for a doctor's appointment. I have supposed to go to the doctor's, and I think in December I was supposed to go, but I wasn't going. I was putting it off because of the whole COVID thing, and I didn't want to go leave my house or do anything, Have you told your doctor about the... No, I haven't. I haven't. Probably need a colonoscopy and endoscopy. Oh my gosh, you guys are scaring the crap out of me. Oh my God. Ugh. I never want a colonoscopy. No, neither do I. I became a bit sleepless as I approached 50 years ago. Then I started exercising more, and it works. And I also look forward to waking up at night so I can read or study. When I get my most of my energy, I get when the kids are here. I mean, they're here and I'm up and I'm doing stuff. And yeah, that's what I like. I love it when they're here. I've never had one. I don't even want to think about it. It's like the breast exam. Flatten your boob out. I had an endoscopy and colonoscopy done at the same time about 2 years ago. It was awful. God, that doesn't make me want to do one. Yeah, it's kind of scary. No way would I ever put my bum through it. Oh my God, Samara, you crack me up. The toilet, your friend for a few hours. The toilet is your friend for a few hours. Oh my gosh. Oh, hell. I don't even want to know about that. Well, in and out at the same time. Oh. Hey, Pearls of Wisdom. How are you, darling? My kid rubbed $1,200 for me via a video game, so I have had to just take all my cards off my phones and computers. Oh my God, creative renewal. Wow. I did that once. I spent $800 playing a game, a slot game. I mean, I didn't steal it. It was our money. But I spent $800 on a slot machine game. Hey, Carrie. And I didn't realize, I knew I had spent some money, but I had no idea I had spent $800. And then when I found out, it was like, oh gosh. I had to call my husband at work and say, I got something to tell you. All these online games I've been playing, they weren't free. I've been paying for them, like $800 worth. He wasn't happy. He was not a happy camper, let me tell you. But, oh well. God, if I would have all the money that I've spent since I've been online, I would have like a lot more money in the bank. I wonder whether surgeons even love sex, since they understand the whole human body and they know that all the beauty our bodies seem to be outside is just an illusion, all the feelings, hormones. You know what? I always thought about that universal. I always thought that about a gynecologist. Like, does he even get turned on by these women's coochies all day long? Like, what's one more? Like, you seen one, you seen them all kind of thing. You know what I mean? I was like, I've seen them all day. I don't want to see them when I come home. Oh my gosh. So easy to spend money on the internet. Just click a button. Sorry, that happened to you. That's what happened to me. I didn't even realize I had spent that much money. I would just I would be buying these coins, and I was just like, oh, $11.99 here and $19.99 here. Well, before I knew it, I was up to $800. And it was like, wow, I have to tell my husband, because once he finds out, he's going to know somebody was dipping into the bank account, and it wasn't him. Thought it was me. And yeah, so I don't do that anymore. I keep track of what I spend. Well, after that, he gave me my own bank account. So if money comes out, it comes out of my own bank account. So it is too easy. I was upset, but it's unfortunately something that happens with kids now. Exactly. It does. It happens. It happened with me, and I'm a grown up. You know what I mean? Like, it happened with me, and I'm a grown up. So, and I was just spending money here and there. Like, it wasn't over the course of like, a week or so. It was over the course of a couple of months. I would just be like buying these coins and playing these games, and I wasn't counting how much money I was really spending, which I've come to understand is part of the bipolar thing. Is you do like, it's one of the things about being bipolar is you don't, how do you say it? You don't understand the consequences of your actions. You just spend no matter what. And I did. I was on a spending spree. And oh my God, it's hot in here. Oh, holy cow. My husband and I thought we were overspending. He would never check. He doesn't check his bank account. I had to, or actually, after I realized how much I had spent, I called him at work. I didn't face on. I said, I have something to tell you. And I told him, like, all those games I've been playing online, they're not free. I've been spending money on these games, like $800 worth. Like, it was like so stupid. I mean, he wasn't even mad. Like, I wish he would have gotten mad, because I would have felt better if he had gotten mad, but he didn't get mad. He was like, okay, well, now you'll know better next time not to, like, be so irresponsible. And that's another thing. I was so irresponsible. And that was one of the things and when I talked about it with my psychiatrist and my therapist, and they said, that's one of the things, you don't understand the consequences of, spending money. I mean, it's just like that. It's like a high for you. My husband doesn't get mad. He's really logical like that. He's so nice. And I wanted him to get mad, because it would have made me feel better had he gotten mad. But he was like, I understand, like, he was so understanding. And I'm like, ugh. I felt worse that he was like really decent about it. And he wasn't like screaming at me. I would have felt better if he's screaming, hey, jackpot. I would have felt better if he had been screaming at me, because I felt like screaming at myself. Because even though I'm the one that spent the money, I had no clue I had spent that much money. Like, it was just in dribs and drabs. Hi, Nellie Kelly. When you are in a manic episode with bipolar, you become unaware of the implications and are going on impulse. Exactly, Nellie Kelly. I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly what I was not thinking. I was just like, I was playing these games, and I wasn't thinking about the money I was spending on them. And okay, $800 it's not a lot. Okay. It's not a lot for us. I mean, it's nothing. It's just the fact that I spent that much money on something so stupid that I didn't need to spend it on. And hey, Brian, how you doing, Brian? What's up, Brian? Anything new? Anything new? Oh, I looked up that legend about the whole roller coaster song, and there's like a whole bunch of urban legends about that. song, like a whole bunch. One is they were they took that scream from a 911 call. Oh, you just woke up, you lazy bum. I'm just talking about how irresponsible I was and how I have acid reflux. Ugh, terrible. And yeah, so I didn't understand. Like I didn't care. That's the thing, is I did understand what I was doing. I just didn't care. It was just, I'm going to spend this money. And it's not like we didn't have the money. We had the money to spend, but you know, it was like, it was so unnecessary to spend that money. Now we need to look at the legend of the Munchkin, who may or may not have killed himself during the filming of the... Oh, come up here and tell me about it. Here. Tell me about it. I don't know that one. Seriously. Tell me that one. We were doing urban legends yesterday, and my urban legend was the urban legend about the song The Roller Coaster. And what I had heard is, when you listen to the song, and the scream that you hear in that song comes from a scream of a woman being murdered. Now actually, and in some of the what am I trying to say? Some of the explanations I got for that was yes and no to the woman being murdered, because they weren't sure if it was true or not. So yeah, because I looked like there was a bunch of hey Brian.
Hey,
how are ya?
Sleepy. I feel like I slept late, and it's only like 9 o'clock.
Well, isn't that good?
Yeah, I usually get up about 6.
Carla, can you recognize when you are getting manic? Sometimes it helps. You have close friends let you know when they see the signs. I actually haven't been manic in a while, but yeah, I kind of have a clue. So what's the next urban legend?
They say that there's a clip where the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion and Dorothy are walking down the yellow brick road, and in the background you can see it's supposed to be a Munchkin commit suicide.
You see it?
They say you can see it. So
have you looked?
Yeah, I have. I've seen it before, but they say it's a legend. Let me see.
Do you see someone? Like hanging?
Yeah, you can see something. You can see something. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Okay, share it. What's causing the reflux, Carla? I think it's a barbecue sauce I ate last night, Carrie, because it was very, very, very spicy. Can I give you the YouTube account of a fellow Black, but a lady who you can connect with so that you can create a program to sponsor and mentor one of 2 kids in the neighborhood? How sponsor them for what? For mental illness? I don't know if I'm a good one for that one. I need to be sponsored.
Let me see. Let me share this. Let me shut some of this stuff. They say that you can see it in this. Let me share.
Do you see it? Do you see it?
It definitely looks like. Let me see here. Let me get it.
We'll say if it's true or not. Oh, education. Okay. Okay, hang on.
See that?
Oh my gosh, yeah. The rumor has it in the background, the ones can even see a dead body of a dwarf. Oh my goodness. But is it true? But is it
What?
true? 1988 remastered.
Some people say that it was a bird in the scene, and then some people said it was true. Here's a remaster.
What, the dark silhouette hearing from one of the trees? It's a bird.
See the birds?
Yeah.
But it looks like it's swinging and everything.
It does look like it's swinging. Oh my gosh. It does look like it's swinging. That's weird. No, that's not a bird. Come on. That is not a bird.
That's what they said. You can see a rope too.
That's not a bird. There's no way. That's not a bird.
Let's see it again right there. They took it out.
Oh. I wonder if it's true, though. Did they say if it was true?
Well, the movie had a lot of quirks to, Buddy Ebsen was supposed to be the Tin Man.
Yeah.
Then when he put all that makeup, caused him to be really sick for the rest of his life. But they never really said whether it was true or not. But it's odd that they took it out. They did take it out.
Yeah, why would they take it out? It did not look like a bird. Sorry.
No, and Dorothy always complained because she was about 17 when she made that movie, and she used to complain all the time that the Munchkins would try to look up her dress and pinch her on the butt and hurt her tease her all the time. But that movie's got, if you look into that movie, it's got a lot of weird things that happen.
Really?
But that's an urban legend people can think about.
Yeah, I'm going to look that up today because I looked up the roller coaster one yesterday, and the roller coaster one, there's so many different theories about the whole Scream thing. Because they were like Xing out what it wasn't. It wasn't this, it wasn't that. And then when it said something about one of the producers did it and they put a check mark under it, actually recorded a 911 call or got a recording of a 911 call of a woman being murdered. And that's where that legend came from. That urban legend came from.
Remember the kid from the Life commercials? Hey, Mikey, he likes it. You remember that kid?
Yes, I remember.
The urban legend says that he was eating some of those Pop Rocks.
Pop Rocks.
Yeah,
then drank some soda or something.
That wasn't true either. No.
Oh, did you ever see the movie Urban Legend? Because that was a good one. How about the one where this guy and this girl go out parking in the woods and they're making out and their car breaks down, and so the guy goes to the gas station to get gasoline, and all night she hears like tapping on the roof. She doesn't know what it is, and she stays in there. She's terrified, and she gets up in the morning and goes outside, and it's her boyfriend hanging from a tree, and the tapping she heard was his feet tapping on the roof of the car. That was another urban legend.
That would want nothing to do with that one, is it?
No, that's scary.
What have you been up to, Carla?
No good. Seriously, no, nothing.
You guys were talking about manic depressiveness and bipolar and stuff before I got here?
Yeah, I was talking about that, and I was talking about how like in one of my episodes I had spent $800 and I had to break it out playing games. Like, you know how you can buy like tokens and stuff?
Oh yeah.
And so I didn't really, it wasn't in a matter of like a week. It was a matter of a month or two. And I didn't realize how much money I had spent. And then I checked out my bank account and realized I had spent $800 and had to come clean with my husband and tell him that I had spent all that money on online games.
Did he laugh at you or was he mad?
He wasn't mad. He wasn't happy, but he didn't get mad. I wish he would have gotten mad. It would have made me feel better if he had gotten mad, because he didn't get mad. It made me feel even guiltier. And I think that's why he did it.
Well,
I think if Nicole does something, I mean, yelling at her, it's going to make her feel bad for a second. But if you don't get mad at her,
I just
feel worse.
I just shake my head at her. I used to get mad, but now I'm so used to her doing stuff like that. She spends crazy sometimes.
Well, that's what I did. Like, I spent $800. Like, it's stupid. Hang on, Brian. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh. She just disappeared. Let's talk about Carla's blinds. And she muted. I'm still half asleep, so I don't even know how to carry this. Let me look at the comments. As a child, I was terrified of the flying monkeys. I would watch them when I went at Pixie Dust, when I went outside. See, now the flying monkeys is taking on a whole new term in this new day and age. The flying monkeys are teams of social media trolls. That's what we call flying monkeys. We had a big debate about that a few weeks ago, or about a year or so ago. Somebody said that, and they tried to make it a racist comment. Poltergeist has a lot of urban legends and bad luck associated. Let's see here. Can I? Tippy dog stories. I'm sorry, I'm half asleep. I'm not quick-witted like I am. I'm going back up the street. I see Samara. She said, "Be right back." And creative renewal. I haven't seen you for a while. So easy to spend money on the internet. See, I don't like to do that. I don't like to put my cards across the internet at all. 2 tacos.
I'll tell you one thing I'm glad about. You want to hear one thing I'm glad about?
Just one.
One? Okay. Somebody never apologized to Wendy.
Uh-oh.
I do not regret it at all.
No, you shouldn't unless you really feel sorry.
I don't.
You shouldn't. She does. Well, you're talking about, just quickly with her. You're talking about somebody that apologizes constantly. Wendy apologizes constantly. I know.
She keeps saying that we're vile on this side, and this side makes her do this, and this side makes her do that.
But then Carla, she'll do other lives. She would say in other lives, she'd say, "Well, who is it that says we're this side and that side? We're not sides." She does that. So you just have to let Wendy be Wendy.
Hey, Candace.
That's what she does.
No, but she's never getting an apology.
No,
I'm not like sorry that she shared something that was private.
I don't.
Hey, Candace.
I don't feel any sorrow for her. I mean, I don't wish any harm on her or anything like that. But no, there's nothing.
Nobody wishes harm on anybody. Unlike somebody that
she can be.
Yeah, wishes death on people.
Well, Wendy can be nasty, and she knows it. So.
Yeah.
Apologies on YouTube are just meant to break.
Or calls people pigs.
Or Satan.
Or Satan.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I have no reason to apologize to her, and neither do you, really. Why? Because
I didn't share anything publicly.
Somebody sent you information somebody sent you information about her that you didn't ask for, so you should be sorry for that?
That's very evidently.
Well, just like I understand it like this: if you come on social media and you're very outspoken and assertive and aggressive, and you can be vile and people, then you take that chance of people know who you are and where you are, stuff like that. I mean, you should know that. Like people that come on here and they're always positive and nice and friendly with everybody, people have no reason to look them up.
Yep.
But,
I have no regrets. I don't give a shit what they say about me anymore. I'm done with apologizing to people. Yeah. How about that?
And then how about that? How about make it one word? Well, with Wendy, you see so many apologies and I'm sorry and I shouldn't have done that and I know I was being vile. It's like every live. She says, "Yeah, I know I was wrong." Blah blah blah. Those are fake apologies.
She's not sorry.
And then, no, she's not. She's going to say what she wants.
She laughs. Then she laughs about it.
Right. And
she calls someone pigs and vile. We're vile pigs and Satans and whatever she says. No, I'm not sorry. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Your stuff got out like long before I ever saw it.
Yeah, she has a lot of hate for people, and that's okay. She's allowed to do that. And if we don't like it, we don't have to watch. She's allowed to do that. That's okay.
But don't share your personal stuff publicly.
And what she has to understand is we're allowed to have our thoughts as well. If she doesn't like it, don't watch.
Poor Wendy the victim. Poor Wendy the victim. Poor Wendy the victim.
I think there's something I'm going to use a Rex word, disingenuous about someone who is constantly making opinions and thoughts about someone else.
Yawn.
But then when that person comes back at them, they talk about how disgusting they are. If you're going to be vile and disgusting and rude to people, then that's the way they're going to be.
Wait. How about her saying stuff like, "Well, what do you want them to do? They already apologized. What do you want them to do?" So it's okay as long as you're on your side.
Well,
someone blatantly doxes someone on a live, but it's not okay if someone shares something privately that you took it upon yourself to share publicly. And okay. Hypocrite.
Well, yeah, she's a
hypocrite.
Well, yeah, and to be, she's successful in drama. Let's just put it that way. And there's a certain way that you have to portray yourself. There's a certain way that you have to act. There's a certain way that you have to even go against your own morals to be successful in drama. And she's successful in it. And she's not going to give up that spot that she says she doesn't want. I don't want to be this moral authority, and I don't want people coming to me.
She doesn't want to be the moral authority. She just wants to make money from bashing people. So
I don't know if she's. I really don't know. I don't know if she's making money. Is she?
I have no idea. I don't watch her. I do not watch her. I don't. When I say I don't watch someone, I don't watch them.
I don't either unless
if they want to make fun of me or do lies about me, I'm not watching it. I don't watch FOD. I don't watch Steph. I don't watch TNT. I don't watch Breaking Silence. I don't watch any of them. I unsub them all. I don't get notifications.
Well, for Wendy to sit there and get at you because somebody told you personal information behind the scenes is hypocritical because people are telling Wendy stuff behind the scenes.
Of course they are.
People talk behind the scenes. Come on, get over it.
They don't ever share. They never share pictures, according to them. They never share any pictures, which is a lie because I've gotten pictures given to me from that side. So
they're allowed to do what they want to do.
Well, of course, but don't be a hypocrite about it and say you don't get pictures.
Controversy.
Or you don't get information.
Yeah, the key word in drama is controversy. You have to create controversy. You got to get people talking.
Exactly.
You have to get people talking to do
it. Right.
And if you notice the last few weeks, I kind of laid off and I don't got people mentioning my name. Well, they still say my name, but I'm not in the mix of this drama thing. I'm back out of it. It's a lot less stressful.
Yeah.
And then you feel a little bit better.
Well, I feel better just saying I'm never going to apologize to her ever.
I'm getting to the
Or
point.
Randy. I'm done with both of them. Don't
kinda-
summon me to your panel because it's never going to happen. I want nothing to do with any of these people.
I'm kind of getting to the point where I don't follow along
Hey, Gingerlocks.
the crowd on things. I'm even like that even in church. Like when the pastor comes out, sometimes they'll say, "Raise your hands," to God, and I just don't. And if somebody asks me, "Well, how come you don't do that all the time? How come you don't put your hands up?" I said, "Because some man came out and told me to raise my hands. I'll raise my hands up when I feel it, not because some man came out and told me raise your hands up, or when this Full Gospel Church does an altar call where you come up and you get on your knees and you pray, and they want the whole church. I don't do that. I go to the back. I don't do that because some man told me to, because the Bible, and somebody mentioned that to me. Well, how come you don't go up for altar calls? Because to me, it's like you're showing off for a bunch of men.
Right.
And the Bible tells us specifically to go in your closet and pray, and do not be like the Pharisees who do it on street corners where they can be seen. So, it's the same way in drama, in the YouTube. I'm just getting to the point where I don't follow along and jump in sometimes because somebody's picking at somebody. It's a lot easier and a lot more simple that way.
I don't know. This place is just, I can't wait until you and Tracy do that thing on Darlie Routier. I think that's, hey, Cindy.
I'm kind of waiting on her.
Cindy.
There's Cindy and Gingerlocks.
Gingerlocks, yep.
Yeah, the drama is just kind of, it's kind of boring anymore.
It's not drama though. If it was drama, it might be interesting. It's bashing.
It's it's become the hate each other community.
Yeah, who hates this person? I did feel kind of bad for, and I will say this out loud, and I did feel bad for Mallory. I thought what was done to her was sad. And watching her live yesterday when she was like upset, it tore at my heart.
Mallory handles herself well.
Yeah, she does, but I mean, she doesn't deserve to be like talked about like she's subhuman. You know what I mean? Like she's got every right to be here like anybody else.
Right.
And the way that they were talking about her was disgusting. It made me want to vomit, to be honest.
Yeah, she can handle it.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, my like hashtag team Mallory, because good for her. She took the high road.
I'm looking at Universal's comment where it says, even if you get on your knees at home and raise your hand, where does the Bible say that you have to raise your hand? God is spirit, and physical gestures don't flatter him. Well, sometimes like if you really feel the spirit, you'll raise your hands and jump up and down, But when I spoke to my pastor about that, he wants people to raise their hands and clap your hands and get on your knees. He said, that draws the presence of God into the church. And I referred him right back to the Bible where it says where two or more are gathered, in agreement, and he's there in the midst of them. So you don't really need all that. But sometimes,
where's FOD? Where's FOD like speaking out against the trans bashers on here? FOD? That's like a joke to me. Like if you're going to call people out for being trans bashers that aren't trans bashers, and then let something like that slide, I have no respect for you.
Well, again, it goes back to the key word is controversy. FOD is really good at picking her battles. She's really good about that. Depends on who you are sometimes. Like I said, when I was on here every day being nasty and rude to people that really didn't deserve it, I had all those friends.
Well, yeah. But they act like they're innocent too, because they act like, oh, I tell you to do all kinds of stuff for me. Have I ever asked you to do a damn thing for me? Ever.
Never
Ever.
Never once. Nobody has really asked me to do things for
For
them
the people in the back.
except for people on the other side. And
Oh,
when
I'm sure. I'm
and when
sure.
when I stopped, when I said no, I don't think I want to mess with that. That's when I became, oh well, let's just chew him up, and throw him out.
And that's what they did.
Not really, because I'm still here and I'm happier now.
Well, no, but they turned on you because I remember when there was a time, Brian, and you got to admit, there was a time when if you were getting bashed, they were all in there, including Sally Spencer was in there sticking up for you.
Well, at one time, I had figure skating coach was my mod. Ash 274 was a mod. I was a mod for Hello Starlight.
Mm-hmm.
The only person really back then that didn't care for me so much was FOD and Laura. Those are the two, and now I get along with Laura, and I can tolerate FOD. I get along with Laura good. She's changed a lot too.
FOD, and I've listened to her before. I don't know if it's her or him. I've listened to him before. He can be very funny. Okay, I will give him that. He can be funny, but him and I have never saw eye to eye, but he can be funny. And he's made some nasty videos about me.
Yeah, I don't give FOD the benefit of being called him.
Well, that's what they want to be called, so that's what I call him.
Well, I want to be called a multimillionaire. I want to be called a multimillionaire, but I don't have the cash to back it up.
Yeah, that's like FOD equals ghost. Yeah.
Well, I say this: if FOD is a man, then where's the outrage for a man acting like he does in this community?
Or where's the outrage? Why is he allowed in the drama community when they're talking about you and Stellar being, shouldn't be in this community because you're male?
Neither should FOD. And
there's so many men in here. There's a few men in this community. What about that Eric guy? The guy that wears diapers?
Eric doesn't bother me, and he can wear.
Doesn't bother me either. But why is it different for him?
Well, I guess if you're gay, he's gay. I didn't know that till recently either. I guess you kind of get a pass if you're gay because they look at that as a femininity. But like Save Robbie's gay, but he's still a man. And and nobody's saying, well, that's Save Robbie. But Save Robbie is a gay male. So Eric is also a gay male, not transgender. So I guess you kind of get a pass depending on your sexuality. And
Samara can post the video in here. And you can hear what was said about Mallory, who is a trans woman. It's real. It's pretty bad. It's hard to listen to.
See, now when I think trans people being trans is when they go through the process of completing the identity by, like we saw what Mallory looked like as a guy, and he was handsome, but he made the transformation into what he felt like, which was female.
Okay, Cindy.
And FOD hasn't made any type of transformation at all. As a matter of fact, I heard her say, well, I give my husband a blowjob in the mornings and he lets me do what I want for the rest of the day. How many men have you ever heard say that?
Not too many, unless they're in a great committed relationship.
and Full On Drama looks female. She's got, actually, if you, in her eyes, she's got pretty.
I've only ever seen one picture of them.
I've seen a lot of different pictures, and
I've only seen one picture.
She looks female, and she's not an ugly.
I've never seen one picture of her.
But I don't understand it. Small man.
Take an Uber, Remy. Oh, yeah, I don't like Ubers either. They scare me. Hey, Brian, you can make money as being an Uber driver.
Yeah. Well, those guys, they average about $20 an hour, but they put a lot back into their vehicles.
That's true.
I talked. You have to have a car. Yeah, you have to have a good car.
Or you can deliver pizza.
Yeah, I did that a long time ago. There's money in that.
There is money in that.
But like I said,
the average tip that I give my pizza guy is like $15.
There was a few years. There was a few years in the summer times where I would drive an ice cream truck.
Oh my gosh.
The left-hand drive ice
That
cream.
would be
You know what?
I would be eating all the
I'll
profits.
tell you what, you can make $100, $200 a day back then. I remember one time I had my buddy with me, and we had the window shut. And we were driving from one place to the next, and we smoked a doobie on the way. We smoked a doobie on the way, and then we pulled up at this park, and everybody started coming over, and we opened that window, and all the smoke started coming out. And this old man, he said, "That don't smell like ice cream to me." But yeah, there's money in ice cream. Anytime you drive somebody anywhere, the Uber guys, they do all right, but it's not worth it to me. I do like the fact that Uber, that you can work when you want. You can work when you want. You can set your own hours. I wouldn't want to drive that much every day.
No. It's just nice that you have a car now. I'm just happy for you that you have a car, and you know.
A nice one too. It's nice.
It is a really nice car.
And then I'm going to be doing some other things too. I'm going to be straightening up. The idea is to, keep improving yourself, and the blessings keep coming.
Right.
I haven't had my license for a long time, and the blessings keep coming. So that's all I give grace to God.
I think that the blessings have been coming for you, Brian. And
Sure.
no matter what people say about you, it's just been like one blessing after another.
Sure. So far, so good. Yeah. The job situation is excellent right now. I'm getting a little rest. And then, with this whole thing of the church, I've been doing a lot of stuff at church. I'm going to go later to do some more service work for my church. And it's all because, I give all that glory to God.
Universal says, since I started watching LGBT videos, I have been realizing more and more that their community has a lot of discrimination. Did you know that a butch lesbian is only allowed to date a femme lesbian? I had no idea about that. I don't know how it works.
Well, if you speak biblically about any of that, you have to look at.
Morning, Reagan. Nice to see you, honey.
The church really says that God made you the way you are, and if you try to make any changes to that, then it's disobedience.
No.
I have a hard time with that because I don't have any problem with people who are transgender or gay or anything like that. I don't have a personal problem with that.
If you guys want to see the clip about Mallory and the horrible things that were said about her, it's pinned to the top of the chat. It's disgusting.
I want to see it.
Made me want to vomit.
Where is it? You put it on the top?
It's pinned to the top of the chat. It's the most horrible thing I've ever heard.
I want to find it. I want to see it. Can we watch it?
Can I watch it, Samar, or will I get a strike?
Who whose channel?
I can play it. I'll play it.
Whose channel is the clip on?
Let me play it.
Okay.
Can we talk about Mallory?
Oh God! Oh,
See, I'm not some people, so I have no idea what's going on.
her giving MSW a ranch or something. Dumpster clips did. Y'all can go over and watch that after that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I've seen that shit.
go ahead, Savage. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, you're good. Listen. Damn, I'm so pretty. Look at me. I know you're going to be mad.
Focus. Come on, focus.
I'm just playing. I'm doing that for me. Anyway. You know it makes me mad. She's probably squealing right now. I know it. While she's grinning, I know she's bullshit. No, anyway. Mallory. What? I would love to know what her real name is, her born name is, because I would call her by that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how much. Mallory, let me tell you something, honey. You are no Wendy Williams. I know you're trying so hard to be a Wendy Williams. You think you are this talk show host. Bitch, do you see Wendy Williams up there with some notes like this? I don't think so, hon. You got to remember that shit.
Who is that?
Where you can't see them. Don't
Savage.
be having them up here like you a third grader or something. Got to read from the script. I mean, damn, bitch. At least have it down and you just look, glance at it and then talk. Glance at it and then talk. And please, Mallory, I know, and look, I am not bashing on you. I'm just trying to give you some advice because, you know, I am bi and I love pussy and dick. And I might not be transgender because I was born a female, but honey, lean in. When you get up in front of your camera and you like twisting your little self around, please, for the love of God, if you're trying to look like a woman and act like a lady, please tuck your dick some more because we see turtle head all the time, Shug.
Terrible.
We see it all the time, and I mean, it's just like a magnifying glass. As soon as you get up there, crossing your little legs and doing this and doing that and doing this or whatever you're trying to get, honey, and your big hair, like you some damn Farrah Fawcett or whatever, but you're not, with your swole up lips like 10 bees done stung you in the mouth. That's not fillers, honey. You need to go get your money back because your dentures that you wear are too big and your bottom lip is way too big. The stung bee look is not in, Shug. I'm just saying, okay? Okay. Please fix your lips. Go get your dentures fixed. And tuck your dick next time you get on camera and try to be cute, honey. Talking about somebody, okay, honey? And sugar boo. All right, now. That's all I got to say
Who was she talking about? Who was she talking about?
That's it.
Wow.
Bad.
Well, I guess she has the right to feel that way. I don't think I would do that though.
I thought it was disgusting. I did. I thought it was disgusting. I thought it was just mean spirited. You know what I mean? Like it was just mean spirited. But then we've seen that on here. It's not like something we haven't seen on here. It is pure hate and ignorance. It is pure hate and ignorance. And everyone that was on that panel was just as guilty because they were laughing about it. I mean, the whole point of that whole speech was to hurt somebody. Does that make you feel good about yourself when you hurt people? Just for the sake of hurting them? I don't believe.
Well, I guess, she has the name Savage, so she's got to live up to it.
Well,
but Mallory handled it well.
She did. She handled it with class. I did feel bad for her. I felt horrible for her because she, whether you want to say it or not, some of these names that people call you on the internet hurt your feelings, whether you want to believe whether you want to admit it or not. It stings.
Smara says the right to feel that way, sure, but to say that publicly and hurt a transgender woman.
Right. And they're a protected class. And then if you're not ashamed of what you've said, then don't delete your live. You know what I mean? Like, don't delete it.
Did she delete it?
Yeah, I think it was deleted. I'm not sure. You have to ask Samara because I didn't even know. I'm not subbed to that person, so I didn't even know about it. Yes, Team Mallory for sure.
Well,
I just thought it was just disgraceful. Yeah, it was. And this is Pride Month, Gay Pride Month.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's pretty.
I think people should really just any sexuality, if they don't want it to be discussed or talked about, they should just keep it private. It's like,
You mean keep their sexuality private, or?
I think like me and Nicole, I don't come on here and and say things, about
But
our.
then you shouldn't be bashed if you do. If you like, that's the thing, is that's why people don't come out. That's why people have killed themselves in the past, because that type of hate.
I couldn't imagine what it was like. I couldn't imagine what someone may be going through if they're born one gender, but they feel another, and having to not be able to express that and be free with it because you have people that will think low of you if you do.
I agree, Reagan, except the fact of the matter is, and I watched a documentary on this about transgender, and these people, these ladies, they take their lives in their hands every time they leave their house because there's that much hate towards them.
Well, I don't know if it's hate. I don't know if it's hate or it's fear, because people fear things they don't understand. And if you don't know what it's like to be a man or a woman trapped in the opposite sex, where you feel like if you're born a man, but you feel and think like a female, but you have to keep that in because you're worried about what the.
Kevin says that being mean to someone does not give you a step up in life. Well, it doesn't here in YouTube, apparently. I agree with Brian. Even as a straight person, I am a shy person to be sexual when all eyes are watching. One girl kissed and told on me, but I was not happy. Yeah.
Yeah. And church is against all types of church. The church, they believe that what you are given is what you work with. But it's obviously, a lot of these people aren't Christian, so I'm struggling with it because I care about these people.
But having said that, would you go up on a panel, Brian, and do that?
No, and I'm never going to have a debate with anybody. I'm never going to publicly discuss or have a debate with anybody about what the church says about any type of homosexuality, because I'm not able to do that. I can't, because I care about these people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to have that debate with anyone. I'm not going to.
Right.
Just one thing, and a lot of churches, they won't touch it, but the ones that I'm in, they speak on it, and it makes me feel bad, even though according to the word, but it still makes me feel bad because I feel like
Samara says, as a Christian, I would never treat another human being that way, and I agree with her.
Yeah. And see, we're taught to. The Bible tells us if you say you love God, but you hate your brother, then you are a liar. That's exactly what the Bible says. You can't hate people.
But is the hate for Mallory, because she's not on that side, so intense that they need to completely dehumanize her as a human being? No.
It's just content. It's just gossip. And I don't think.
Well, yeah, but at the expense of what? Did you feel good about yourself, like, by doing that?
And Mallory came back well, or was she upset, or was, how did she respond to that?
She came back and she was very classy about it. I mean, I didn't watch the whole thing. I missed part of it because I was in another live stream, but I think she handled it well. I think she was upset because on a human level, just on a human level, she was upset. And I don't blame her. Some of those things that were said were harsh.
I do know that the doctors, when they're speaking to people who are looking to make a sex change, that they suggest that they take counseling first, so they'll know what to expect when other people, how other people might react to it. So I do believe I saw that somewhere, that they make them go through a bit of counseling first before they make any transformation.
Oh, they're saying she was drinking when she said that. That's not an excuse. Sorry. Drinking is not an excuse.
No.
Like someone's personality. I mean, just because you don't like her,
Well,
I might not like someone, but I'm not going to totally dehumanize them.
That's like somebody in court for drunk driving said, well, I was drunk when I was driving my car and I slammed into those 3 people and killed them. It doesn't matter.
But watch Wendy, like, Wendy will say it's okay because that's their side. You know what I mean? Just like it was okay for Diane to not show receipts. She didn't have to show receipts.
Can you imagine, like being Wendy, and I guess her and Savage kind of get along, and being Wendy and having to publicly say that something's okay when inside of her, she knows it's dead wrong. And she does that all the time.
She does it constantly.
She has to.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'll be back in a second.
Okay. Yeah. I just, when I heard that, I was like, my jaw was on the ground. I was like, I can't believe I'm hearing this. And of course it was deleted. Why? Because people said that she was drinking. Well, drinking is not an excuse for dehumanizing someone. She's a transgender. She's not subhuman. She's a human being. We have got to be more compassionate towards our fellow human beings on this side, that side, the far side. I don't care where you are. I don't care where you are. It's just that's not acceptable. And don't be coming in here and just saying, I shouldn't be saying this and I shouldn't be saying that, because I don't want to hear it. I have a right to my opinion.
Samara said, Wendy might not know about it.
Wendy knows everything.
She does. She watches.
Well, I won't ever believe it. They know everything that goes on around here. Because they know what goes on my little channel. They know what I say in comments. So don't tell me she doesn't know. I won't believe it.
To be a good drama channel, you have to spend time watching what's going on in the community so you can speak on it. Looking for content. Laura used to do that. She would send people out to look for content. She had to look for content. So that Wendy is doing that too.
Okay. That's why she showed private messages.
Mm-hmm.
No, she won't say anything because it's okay. It's okay. Let's just say it's okay because that person was drinking, or that person was high, or that person was this, or that person was that.
When the truth is, the truth is
not to say anything, just like she said nothing when Steph was being ignorant. Thank you, Shauna.
Well, Wendy doesn't want to get dragged by Savage either.
Well, who cares if Savage drags me? I'm not going to be listening to it because I don't go into her live, and I didn't go into her live before, but I'm definitely not going into it now.
Well, Savage won't drag you if you have an opinion. She's not going to drag you unless you start calling her names and stuff, because Savage knows.
I'm not calling her names.
No.
Savage
knows. She knows that was vile and disgusting. She knows that. I mean, that's all you're saying. Savage knows that. And she's
also, when I first heard it, because I didn't even know about it, okay, because I'm not sub to that person, I wanted to literally, seriously wanted to throw up. That's how disgusted I was. Like, I've heard people be cruel on here. And the same thing about Steph was it's okay as long as they apologize, everything's okay.
Okay.
But when we apologize on this side for something I remarked about in a comment section, saying that at least I didn't call people over here pigs, I was dragged through the dirt. I was called every name in the book. I was told that I was picking on her. I was bashing her. No. I said, my remark was, at least I don't call people over there pigs like Wendy calls people over here. That was my remark. And boy, oh boy.
Reagan, there's a landfill community full of garbage.
No,
I'm certainly glad that I'm glad that I don't act that way.
Their apologies are, here's their apology. My bad. Oh, my bad.
And then they'll apologize, and then they go on.
That's an apology.
Mm-hmm.
That's an apology. But we're supposed to like get on our knees and kiss their. I was gonna say it, but Samara's in chat. MF and feet, and say, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." You know what? I'm not sorry. I did not share anything publicly with you. Was it
Yeah.
wrong what I did? I already said it was wrong, but I'm not going to apologize. Nope.
Or they'll give you an apology and then
All
go
out. This
give you-
bad behavior that we've been seeing over and over and over, people being called FAGGOTSs, people being called,
But see, I've done that too. I've said that word, but usually it's because I'm arguing with another.
well, I would yell
straight
at you
male.
if you said it around me.
Well,
I
I
would.
won't call somebody that I know is gay that word, but when straight males get into an argument, they call each other that. That's just one because you try to, feminize them. That's the thing that men do when they're arguing. They call each other wimps and pussies and little girls and that word. But when it comes to
But
let's say,
if you would say it on my panel, if you would say that word on my panel, I would be pissed off.
yeah,
I would, and I would call you out for it,
sure.
but I wouldn't accept it because I don't like. That's my own thing and my own moral.
Right. Well, think of it like this. Think of it like this. Let's say me and Rex get into it and we're calling each other that word. Both of us are obviously straight. But if I got into it with Robbie and I said that to him, that to me is what's not right. But for me, just two guys fighting and they're both straight. If they throw that word out at each other, it's just a word. But if you say it to somebody who actually is gay,
well, I would be super offended if you said it here. Even
Yeah.
if you were talking to another guy and you guys were both fighting, I would be. I'm just staying away from people like that. I have a gay son, and I won't deal with online morons. And I don't blame you. And it's amazing how many people. All of this can make a member of the LGBTQ feel like we don't belong here. It's dehumanizing. Shauna, you want to come up on panel or no?
Shauna belongs wherever Shauna feels comfortable at.
That's what I'm telling about. You might not get along. Okay, so Mallory and Shauna might not get along on their ideals and stuff like that, but Shauna stepped up, and I have mad respect for someone that can do that, even though she knows she's going to get some backlash from it. But I absolutely respect that about her, that even though maybe she doesn't get along with Mallory, she can step up to the plate and she can say, no, I'm not accepting this. This is wrong.
Well, people are people, no matter what gender they are or what how they identify. They're still, they're still people. So if you have a disagreement with somebody, it has nothing to do with your gender. It has to do with your soul.
It's like if someone came to you and said, okay, your daughter came up to you or your son came up to you today and said, Carla, what would you do if your son told you he was gay or he came out? Well, is he happy? That would be the only question I would ask. Are you happy? If he tells me yes, then I'm supporting him 100%. We straight men thinking that all gay men are effeminate. Actually, there are two types and even a gray spectrum in between. I saw two gay men holding hands. One was super masculine.
Yeah. It's M says, I disagree using those words in any context. It's not okay. We need to retire those words here in 2021. There's also other words on racial boundaries that we need to retire as well. But people say those words for the shock value of it. And we know it sparks up.
But some of the things that were said were beyond cruel.
Yeah, they were very cool.
Cross your legs. I'm not going to go into it because it was beyond cruel. I love Mallory. We have fought before and we will again. My feelings for her surpass YouTube. And you spoke up for what you believe in. I know you have strong feelings about that, Shauna, because we all know better at this point, or should know better. We should know better, but some of us.
I find Mallory to be an interesting person. And I don't care what gender that she identifies as a person. I found find her interesting.
I
Shauna as
think
well.
I identify her as a woman because that's how she identifies herself. I've been following Mallory since quite a while, actually. I say since I started following Rosie, I started to get to know all those people over there. And she was one of the ones I thought was very animated. Thank you so much for talking about this, Carla. It's so important. I love you too. I just want it known that we are not, I think some of us in this community are not going to tolerate that behavior, and we are going to speak up.
Right.
Because to me, to myself, my way of thinking, it's unacceptable. It is. I don't care. I don't care if I get dragged by that person. I really don't.
Yeah,
I'm not scared if I get dragged.
It's up to you as an individual, though, to accept or not accept the things that you hear on here. And another thing that we're hearing more and more often is these men, these straight guys that are in the drama community, because we like to be here, is where these women are saying, "What's a man doing in this community?" That is also gender bashing.
Yeah, it is.
You fat bastard. You disgusting. You're gross. That's also gender bashing. So these people that speak out against transgenders and homosexual people being
all stood up to these people and not be scared of them. If you think see something, say something is such a good thing. Like see something. If you see something that you believe in your heart is wrong, say something. Speak up. Because what are they going to do? They're going to fire up a live and bash you? Well, so what?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I played that clip this morning, not because I want Mallory to feel bad about anything, but because we all know how hurtful words could. And remember, people have killed themselves over less. So, we have to remember that too. Words can kill. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we have to think about that too. But I'm just definitely on Team Mallory. And I'm sorry that was ever done to you, Mallory. I hope we can learn from this. I really do. I hope this community can learn to be better. We have to do better. We have to do better.
Yeah. I'm gonna mail Mallory.
Yeah, I think I will too.
We need to stay on the right side of things, even if it's not popular. If that's the way she feels, and if Mallory, who was born as a man, feels comfortable and happy as a woman, then we need to support that.
Exactly. Make her feel good.
And sometimes when you support something, doesn't necessarily mean that you agree with it. But you support someone else's happiness. I support anybody's happiness if they're happy.
That's what I said. If my son came to me tomorrow and said, "Look, Mom, I feel like I'm a woman inside. I want to start transitioning," because that what's her name, Bruce Jenner, transitioned later on in life. Okay, so if my son came to me like today and said, I feel like a woman, the only thing I would ask him. One and only thing I would ask him, are you happy? Would you be happy?
You would also first you would support it because it's your child and you want him to be happy. Mm-hmm. But you would also have to have a discussion with them about some people in society that will pick at that on them, and how some people in society aren't accepting of that. And you'd have to have that discussion with them too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the bottom line is, we should all love each other. I see people as people. That's what androgyny is. People are people to me. When it comes down to the
exactly. I've only ever seen her as a woman too. I've only ever seen Shauna as a woman. I've never thought of Shauna other than a woman.
Me neither.
And, that's just how I feel about it.
And
To me, she's a woman.
I've seen pictures of Shauna before the transformation, and I see a woman there when she says she's a woman. But now, let's say her and I got in an argument. You know, that gender doesn't matter to me at that point. You know, it's only, you know, if feelings are feelings, and it doesn't matter what gender you are. You know, words are words, and insults are insults.
Hate speech is hate speech.
Yeah, I don't have any hate for people.
What I listened to this morning and yesterday, because I've heard this before, I've heard this thing before. What I heard before was hate speech, pure and simple hate speech. Because why? Because she says what she thinks. She's outspoken. She's an outspoken woman. Let's face it. Mallory is an outspoken woman. She speaks her mind, and she has every right. Black Velvet, nice to see you.
And she thinks it out too. That what she's going to say. That's why she does the notes. And she likes to think about what she says before she says it. She doesn't give impulsive responses.
She doesn't.
We got a lot of impulsive responses here. I'm guilty of that. I do that. If somebody gets in an argument with me, I'm liable to say anything. But it's
I'm impulsive too, but I don't go up on my stream waiting hell bent on hurting somebody.
Yeah.
I just don't. I just don't think it's right. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's healthy. My son told me when he was 14, and I didn't take it well, but I love my son. I want him to be safe and happy. It's been a beautiful journey, and I'm a better person for it. Exactly. I mean, you love your children.
No matter what.
No matter what. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's your children. Your children are your children.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what we have to remember. And that's what, I mean, we have to do better in this community. We have to, I think, in my opinion, that we can do better. I think we can do better by just not accepting this kind of behavior, just calling it out. Just calling it out. And I mean, if it just takes one person, or to me, it takes a village. It takes a village. And even if I'm just going to stand alone, I'd rather stand alone and be good about myself and happy that I did stand up for what I believe is right. I'm fine with that. I don't care who comes after me, because I know that there's always going to be repercussions on here. Okay. There is. It just happens.
Yeah. My thing is, I don't have anybody in my family that has ever, I don't have any homosexuality in my family at all, but I see so much in society now.
And like then, and Mallory said in her stream, because I listened to it, and she goes, like, everybody was saying, you know, these people in these streams were saying, well, I have an uncle, or I have a cousin that's gay, or whatever. I have nobody in my family that's gay or transgender, but I can empathize. I can understand that they struggle every day. They struggle when they leave their houses. They struggle because people stare. People don't understand, probably, including me, don't understand. I mean, what it's like to be born in one gender, you know, and feel like you're the other gender.
Yeah, I could never imagine not
You're
being.
welcome, Reagan.
I could never imagine not being able to be exactly what I wanted to be.
Imagine if you were born a woman. just think that in me. Imagine if I was born a man and I knew I was a woman in my head. I was a woman, because it's psychological to start with, you know, and, you know, you just have to live miserably. Like, and I think about, you know, it just goes to show you, don't make someone feel bad about themselves.
And a lot of times they live with that. They live miserably like that, and then they make the decision to come out, and then they start to come out, and they feel good for a while because they're able to be free, and then society wants to make them feel miserable again for their decision. And that's the chance that, I guess.
Well, that's exactly what that was. Exactly what that was.
I guess that's the chance that these people take, and that's their struggle. And
anybody that was up there co-signing to that, laughing about it, thinking it was funny.
That's not funny.
That's all the way off too, because I think you were wrong.
Well, they crack. The people make jokes about anything that somebody wants to be or is, or like, because they don't understand it. They just don't understand. I don't understand.
Chatty Carey says it used to be a criminal offense to love the same sex, and now criminal records are being overturned in the UK. Love who you want to, and love and be happy. Yeah, be happy.
In some states in the United States, sodomy is still a crime. And it's changing now to be more acceptable than it was. And I grew up basically in the late 70s and the 80s. It wasn't as popular to support homosexuality as it is now. And I believe that people should be allowed to live and let live. I've always believed that.
This is 2021 on YouTube. It feels like the 1800s, the way they spew hate. It's very disturbing. It is disturbing. I was so disturbed when I heard that I literally wanted to vomit. I swear to God, I wanted to vomit when I heard that. It was that disturbing to me.
Some people are safe behind
and
that.
I'm waiting for Wendy to come out and say, that's wrong. I'm calling you out. I'm calling this out.
She won't.
No, absolutely not. Because she doesn't call. Here's what she's going to call out: someone sending her private messages from someone else. Okay. That's
just being the devil's advocate for Wendy, though. The situation between Savage and Mallory absolutely has nothing to do with her. And she could say that and be right. She could. It does. Her name's not in it. So she could choose to not speak on it, and that would be okay. You know what I mean? Just looking at the rats on both sides of it, Carla. That's all I'm trying to do. But if she wants to talk about how we need to bring this community together, we need to take this community back, we need to do this, we need to speak out against certain things. If she's gonna make statements like that, then
yawn.
Maybe she should speak out for Mallory on this.
I hope she does. I would have 70 countries it's still illegal, even by death. So you can get the death penalty in some countries.
Mm-hmm. A lot of countries are based. Their laws are based on religion, and that's where that comes from.
Well, I just want Mallory to know, and I don't think she watches me, but I want her to know that I am definitely on her side in this issue. I support her 100%. I mean, my voice is small. I have a small channel, but I think, like I said, if more of us see something that we don't like, it's our responsibility to speak on it and speak up about it. And
well, let's look at it like this too. I'm just looking at both sides of it.
Ginger.
Let's not leave that responsibility to speak out on Wendy and people who, if they have time, make a short video about how they feel about it, and then
yes,
let's not leave it up to Wendy.
I think that would be a good idea. If you have a channel on here, I mean, make a short video in response to, in support, not in response. We don't have to respond to hate, but to show her that she is supported, she is loved, she matters. Let's say it that way. And if you have a channel and you have, you know how to make a video, or you want to talk about it, that would be a start. Just show her that she has lots of support.
If I was watching this, she would say, well, what's Brian up there talking about? He used to bash me. I never bashed Fod for whatever identity she feels like she's having. But the track record with her is she got caught pretending to be a man, a biological man, and she was hitting on women. So then she came up with that transgender. And so I just simply don't give.
She always said that I was a trans basher, okay? Because I moved her from my channel. No, I was never a trans basher. Let me make this perfectly clear. I was a person that didn't like Fod, okay? I just did not like that person, so I blocked them on and then they started coming on clone accounts and troll
Right.
accounts and they made a video about me. So no, it wasn't about the gender thing. It had nothing to do with that. Did I say I misspoke one time and called them something that I should not have called it? And Shauna did call me out on it. And yes, I did. And I'm deeply sorry for what I said to them. But I don't dislike them because they're transgender. I dislike them because of how they are. Well, I dislike them because of what they've done.
I don't give FOD the benefit of using while I'm transgender as an excuse for pretending to be a 17-year-old male on here and hitting on straight women. I don't give her the benefit of that. I feel like, in my opinion, that she uses that to be controversial, and she is just a gay woman. There's nothing about her to me that says I'm a man. Nothing. And again, if I'm wrong about that, then the people that are calling out men in this community for their behavior also need to call out FOD, because if that's a man, then she needs to be held to the same standards that other heterosexual males are. If you want to be a man, then get the full experience. That means that you can't come on here with an opinion because you have a penis or you want one. You can't have an opinion because you're a man. Trust in that full-on drama and watch your channel. If you say I'm a man, I want to be treated like a man today, a lot of these people, they would have to bash you for your behavior. They would have to.
Well, think about it this way, FOD, F-O-D, however you want to be called. Mallory is transgender. Shauna is transgender. We all, Rosie, I'm not sure if Rosie is transgender. She's non-binary. I'm not sure. But we don't have a problem with these people. Not one problem.
Not at all.
So you've got to wonder, if everybody has a problem with you and nobody has a problem with them, where is the problem?
The problem is that FOD is fake. In my opinion. That's my opinion. FOD is just a gay woman.
Why aren't these people standing up for what's right? Why is it up to Shauna to stick up for the whole transgender community because of something that was spewed off in a live stream? Why did not someone fire up a live and say something in support of Mallory? Are they afraid?
There's a lot of people that don't want to piss Savage off.
I could care less because I'll just block her. I don't care what she says about me. I'm serious.
I'm telling you, that's a YouTube. She's a YouTube channel, a YouTube creator with the name Savage. She's not going to be able to come on here and be sweet and nice and loving.
Well,
she has to live up to that name. And that drag on Mallory was definitely savage.
It was mean. That was mean. But I'm not going to say it was right.
No, it wasn't right.
Sit here and pretend that it was right. It wasn't.
The thing of it is,
because if it was okay, why is it down? Why is it taken down? Like, if you're not ashamed of what you've done, then leave it up.
Well, it's
leave
down
it up for everybody to see.
It's down because it's not politically correct and it can get struck. And she just
smart. No one should be afraid of anyone on here. I'm not.
I'm not either.
I'm not. I just spoke like I'm speaking in support of Mallory. That's it.
Right. I want to get off here, Carla.
Yeah, I'm going to close. It's been about 2 hours. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for coming in today. Sorry, it got a little like serious there, but I just wanted to show support for Mallory because I really felt bad listening to her stream. Listening to that really did disgust me. I thought it was terrible. And if I'm going to get dragged, I'm going to get dragged. I'm not going to be listening because I watch a lot of other channels and documentaries and stuff. So it is what it is.
Another good discussion, Carla.
It is.
You have a good day, okay?
Okay, you too, Brian.
Bye.
Bye. So you guys have a great day. It's going to be hot here today. I wish I could go to the swimming pool, but I can't. But you guys have a great day. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. And hopefully this YouTube stuff will get better. We need to do better. We can do better. I really believe that, because I believe there's a lot of good-hearted people on here. So you guys have a great day. Bye.